My name is Joey, and my name is Joey. I can't even say it right. My name is Joey, and this is Unhinged Catholicism. Tricks, you just fart. My name is Joey. Hey, Trixie. Tricks. Hey. My name is Joey, and this is Unhinged Catholicism. Hi, my name is Joey, and this is the 9th episode of Unhinged Catholicism. It's going to probably be a short episode about grief. It's a subject that I'm not necessarily even really good at either. So there's 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And those aren't necessarily linear either. You don't have to necessarily go from denial to anger to bargaining to shit. You can go from denial to acceptance to bargaining to anger. It doesn't, like when my hello Trixie, when my old man passed away. I felt like I was in acceptance right off the bat. Obviously I knew he did certain things, and his health. It wasn't a surprise, I guess, to say the least. But yeah, I went from acceptance to depression. I didn't hit anger until I got clean, really. And it's tricky. But grief, as painful as it is, it can lead to spiritual growth. It can increase your empathy and give you deeper understandings of life and God and stuff. And this is our first stop. This planet, this life. There is another. This isn't it. There's another side. Um, I know for a fact we're going to see our loved ones again. Maybe not all of them, but there will be people we know on the other side, and we'll be met with people we know, especially those that do their best to follow the Lord. You know, um, Christ suffers with us. I watched a podcast. Um, I can't. There's no way I can articulate it like you did. But how when Christ would heal people of their ailments, he would always sigh and look up, and like he that was him taking on our pain, our those ailments and ailments at the time. It's he suffers with us. I believe that. I believe that that God is love, and that when we hurt, it hurts Him. He's not doing this to us, so to speak. Like He suffers with us. So when if you're going through something like this, any sort of grief or anything really, just find that secret place with the Father. That place where it's just you and God. You and Jesus. You and the Father. That's where I find my strength when I feel like I can't, or it's running thin, or there's so many times where you don't really realize how strong you are until you really don't have a choice but to be strong. And it's just you know and try to identify with other people that have been going through the same thing that you're going through, no matter what it is, grief or whatever, anxiety. um I guarantee there's someone out there who's perfect for whatever you're going through. and there's a lot of saints too. Like I love looking into the Catholic Church's history with the saints. Like even for grief, there's one called Elizabeth Ann Setto, who's the patron saint of grief. Lost two sons and her husband. Still managed to become a saint. Going just uh, you know, this is a subject I feel like I'm not. Probably shouldn't even made a video on it, but I did. But don't worry, it's if you lost someone, it's not the last time you'll see them. And if you're just going through hard times, this will pass. Just hold on, seek God, you know, love people where they're at, love yourself where you're at, be gentle. The world needs that. Hope you all have a good night.